Good morning. Good morning. Good fucking morning. How you guys doing? They give a few of you a few minutes to get up in here, my 313 live show family. Before we do this, I said I was not going to touch this subject and until after the big homie 50 Cent at least touched it. And I guess 50 didn't want to touch this situation. It was I guess out of his league. He didn't want to fuck with it. So I guess I'll fuck with it. I'll talk about it. What took me so long with this situation is because Young Buck and damn, I'm having a fucked up morning anyway. Fucked up morning from transpired all the way from from yesterday, but anyway, enough of that shit. We finna talk about this Young Buck bullshit. Now, as I said early on, I was going to wait for the big homie 50 Cent to touch this, and 50 Cent hasn't touched it. I guess 50 don't want to address it, but god damn it, I gotta address it. I can't ignore it. Now, Young Buck, we gonna say this about Young Buck, right? Young Buck has respect in Detroit. Yes, he does. I'm gonna give him that. He has respect in Detroit. A lot of the OGs, they were fucking with him. I don't know if they fucking with him after this, but they were fucking with him. Young Buck had some history here in Detroit. Now, I know the day is the anniversary of Tupac's passing. We not here to talk about Tupac. Like I said, I fucks with Tupac. I love Tupac, but you cannot mix Tupac in with a subject dealing with a tranny. I'm just sorry, you can't do that. It can't be done. It's impossible. You just can't do it. Now the situation is, I'm going at with the Young Buck situation is Young Buck. The video pretty much says it all. Yes, the video says it all. The clothes matched his clothing. The voice matched his clothing. When he was telling the tranny to come in and taste this dick, allegedly. That's what he did. Now, the situation, the conversation, I heard the conversation several times, Young Buck. Damn, and I was fucking with Young Buck. Young Buck had some cold fucking lines, and this is what you do to us, Young Buck. I mean, out of all of these rappers, I would not think that Young Buck was that nigga that was fucking trannies. But let's just move on. Let's talk about the phone conversation, right? Now, Young Buck, you were not catfished. I'm sorry, brother. You was just not catfish. You should have left that shit alone, Young Buck. You should not have even addressed this shit. You should have just left it the fuck alone and let it be. Just because I'm doing this interview does not mean that I don't still have respect for Young Buck. But Young Buck, I got to talk about this shit. I'm not the only guy. I'm the only guy that has not talked about this. And the people who's been fucking bugging me to talk about this shit. Now, Young Buck, after that first recording with 50 Cent caught you up crying on the phone about the money situation, I would have thought that you learned a lesson about talking on the motherfucking phone when you are in a incriminating situation. You should have met up with that tranny and y'all discussed that shit face to face. Search that motherfucker down for any recording devices or whatever. Well, shit, you was getting your dick allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly. Allegedly, you was getting your dick sucked by this tranny, and they had the fucking video camera rolling on you, Young Buck. Now, you didn't just meet this tranny, Young Buck. Well, I'm not gonna say that. The tranny clearly stated, Young Buck, that y'all been fucking for 3 years, Young Buck. 3 years. Are you gonna tell me in 3 years you was just getting head? You didn't say open your legs and let me see? Now, come on, ladies and gentlemen. I am a man. Yes, I am a man, and I love pussy. The first thing I want to see is when the female get butt booty ass niggas. I want to see that pussy. I want to see how fat that motherfucker is. So you ain't finna tell me, young buck, you didn't ask to see the pussy. This is fucked up, young buck. The pussy is the first thing you want to see. Before I get some dome, I want to see the pussy. So, the tranny writes a rap and said that you like to cuddle. So you're cuddling with a man, young buck. This is not cool, young buck. This shit is not good. Not good at all. This motherfucking tranny from the phone conversation. Now, I'm not going to play the phone conversation because a lot of motherfucking YouTubers have been getting their fucking channels terminated for copyright and shit. So I guess young buck got his team of attorneys or whatever on this shit removing motherfuckers' videos with that tranny in that motherfucker, right? So we just gonna go the old way. Green screen backdrop. That's what we gonna do. Now, Buck, on the phone conversation, you said bullets are flying and people are dying and people is getting hurt. Why are people dying? Why are bullets flying, young buck? Because you were getting your dick sucked by a tranny? The tranny seemed as if he, because I'm not going to call a man a she, transsexual or not. I'm not going to call this motherfucker a she. He was in his feelings. That's right. He was in his feelings. And the tranny, he was clearly saying that he wanted you to invest money with him, $2,000 and shit of that nature, young buck. You can tell that this young man was in his feelings and he really loved you, young buck. He had feelings for you, young buck. Kathy Scott, don't be on here calling my goddamn government name. Quit that. Now, Buck. Young Buck. You asked this fucking tranny, you asked him to go and recant his story. You asked the tranny to go on and tell everybody that it wasn't him, he didn't do it, and, you know, your shit got hacked and you didn't put the shit up there. Young Buck. No, that's not that's not Kathy Scott. That's not that Kathy Scott. So, no. Young Buck, you got to ask yourself this question. Why would this tranny tape your phone conversation? Why would he tape your phone conversation and then go and do a live video and say that he was just playing? Young Buck, you were set up from the minute they said go. Now, a real nigga like myself and the fellas, like I say, real nigga like myself and the fellas, the real pussy go getters, if you know what I'm saying. We don't fuck punks. We don't fuck trannies. We don't get our dick sucked by trannies. We don't do none of that by trannies, young buck. And young buck, I thought that you were a real pussy go-getter because you are in Cashville, Tennessee. Now, I've been down to Nashville, Tennessee, and there's some fine-ass women down there, and I'm talking about some of the finest women with some of the fattest pussies and fattest clits. Young buck, I could never, ever get tired of seeing that shit. What made you venture off, Buck? What made you venture off to go and fuck with boy pussy? This is what I want to know. What made you go fuck with boy pussy? To be honest, y'all, this shit really ain't my business. It ain't none of your business either. But goddamn it, Young Buck is a star. And when you are a star, you are up for public execution. Which we shouldn't be doing this to Young Buck. Shit. Buck. You know, I'm saying buck because I'm fucked up because Young Buck got caught up in a situation that he should not be caught up in, and that's just my opinion. He got himself caught up. Now, shout out to this motherfucker Cook Up. I don't know this motherfucker, but that motherfucker is a funny motherfucker. Yes, the fuck he is. That nigga is straight funny than a motherfucker. He been riding Young Buck's ass for the longest, and somebody need to put me in touch with that motherfucking nigga Cook Up. Because I would love to have Cook Up on my motherfucking show, and we talk shit. So if anybody know Cook Up, y'all get that motherfucker my phone number, 313-355-2479. That's the fucking number to this line, to the show. Y'all get that motherfucker my phone number and tell Cook Up to get at me. Now, back to this phone conversation with the tranny. The tranny basically said that he was tired of getting played by these niggas. The tranny said that he was tired of being used by you fuck niggas, Young Buck. So basically what the tranny was saying is when you wasn't fucking your bitches or fucking any one of your baby's mamas or your girlfriend or whoever you fucking, Buck, you was going to cuddle with this motherfucking boy and getting your dick sucked by this boy. Now, Michaela Adams, I really want to say I'm down for Young Buck. I really want to say that Young Buck didn't do this shit. I do. But when I listen to this fucking videotape over and over again, this shit just does not add up. 2 and 2 ain't coming up with 4. And when 2 and 2 ain't coming up with 4, some shit ain't right. Now, me personally, I don't want to offend nobody in the gay community. I don't want to do that. But I am not calling a tranny a female. That's something I'm not going to do. If you were born with a dick like I got, you are a man. You are a fucking man. You are a man. I don't give a fuck how much makeup you wear, how many wigs you wear, how many dresses or skirts, whatever you wear. You are a motherfucking man. Now, we can't pick and choose out of the Bible how we want to live. We can't pick and choose out of the Bible what verses, that we're going to accept and not accept. Sodom and Gomorrah, ladies and gentlemen, that shit was real, and that was in the beginning of the Bible. The very beginning of the Bible letting you motherfuckers know that we are not supposed to fuck man and man. We supposed to fuck man and woman. That's how we supposed to do. Man fuck woman, woman fuck man. Not man fuck other man. It's not supposed to be done that way. You're not even supposed to be getting no cap from no man. None of that shit. You supposed to be straight fucking women. Yes, you are. Now, Buck. Now, Buck. Because I don't want this shit to be true about Young Buck. What I want to happen is I want another nigga to come up and say, yeah, that was me in the video. I want to see the full video with Buck walk through that door, communication. I want to see all that shit, right? It's just, the shit is just, I want to see that because I'm still on the fence. But it's just too much shit that is there that you cannot ignore. Like the phone conversation. When the punk, the tranny, when he was on the phone trying to talk to Young Buck about how he feel and his feelings, right? The first thing Young Buck says, hold on, this ain't the time for that. This is a whole nother conversation right now. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this diss rap you made. Let's talk about this fucking video and everything that's going on out here that you put out here. Obviously, I would want to say that this punk, he was hurt. Young Buck was promising this motherfucker some shit. Because this motherfucking punk was so hurt that he went and released a fucking video in the phone conversation of himself and Young Buck. Now, the tranny, the punk, we just gonna call him a punk. We ain't gonna call him a tranny, we gonna call him a punk. That's what he is, punk. The punk goes out and really was laughing at you in the face, your face on the sly, Young Buck, by releasing this video to say that it wasn't you and to say that his shit got hacked and he's sorry for your family, right? If anything, if he caused any grief to your family, and then the punk releases this motherfucking video, audio tape of you and him on the phone. In the words of the great Charlemagne the God, I am not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary, but goddamn, Buck, they sex you up. Young Buck, the jig is up. The jig is up, Young Buck. The fucking jig is up. Yes, the jig is up, Young Buck. Now, what we need to do, Young Buck, is we need to figure out how can you come back from this shit, Young Buck. We need to figure out how you can just come out and talk to the fans like myself and other people on like, okay, you fucked up. We need to know what the fuck was going on here, Young Buck. And you, even though once again, it ain't our fucking business. It really ain't our business. But goddamn, Young Buck, you were the next sweetest thing after 50 Cent coming out of the G Unit on them rhymes. Come on now, y'all know it's 50 Cent first, then Young Buck, then Lloyd Banks, then the Kid nigga, and then Tony Yayo. Y'all know Buck was number 2 in line with the flows. Now, come on, y'all. We can't ignore that. We cannot ignore the Buck was a dope MC. Well, not was, but Buck is a dope MC. We cannot ignore that. That's why I'm mad about this shit. Now, if it was one of them motherfuckers like 6ix9ine or some shit like that, 6ix9ine, whatever the fuck his name is, I would say, okay, Tekashi 6ix9ine. If it was that motherfucker, I would be okay. Well, that is, look at him. It could be, possibly he is that guy. Fucking trannies. But goddamn, Buck, not you, a real trill Cashville nigga. If anybody want to call in right now and talk about this shit, call in. The lines is open, 313-355-2479. Please call in right now, 313-355-2479. You can call in and, say what you want to say. Okay, a lot of people have been calling him Young Butt. Not Buck, but Young Butt. And I'm going to still keep calling him Young Buck, B-U-C-K. Because I want to respect Young Buck still. We need to know what happened. What went wrong, Young Buck? Was you just getting head from this motherfucker in the beginning? And then you found out that it was a dude? Because this dude clearly in the song said you was wearing his asshole out, breaking his back. If it's a lie, the motherfucking punk said it. The punk said you was breaking his back, Young Buck. He was fucking the shit out of him. I don't need to play the song. The song is out there because I don't want to get copyright struck on this struck on this motherfucker. So, but the song would, make a good prop for the show to let y'all hear this motherfucking punk. Now the punk can flow. The punk can flow. He can flow. Yes, I listen to the punk's bars. The punk got bars. He can flow. We're going to give that to the punk. The punk can flow. Did you promise this boy a recording contract, Young Buck, and you didn't deliver? Now, you got to look at it, Young Buck. You're dealing with a motherfucker that has two sides. He thinks like he's a man, but trying to act like a woman. So, of course, this motherfucker's emotional in the worst way and bitch tendencies in the worst way, but want to be hardcore like a nigga. That's why he outed you, because he probably feel that he can whoop your ass, Young Buck. We not even gonna talk about Mr. C. Mr. C came clean. So we're going to give Mr. C his respect. Well, I'm not giving him no respect. Fuck that. He's still getting his dick sucked by them boys too, right? So we're not gonna have I'm not gonna get Mr. C and say we respect him, but Mr. C, I'm gonna tell you what I respect about Mr. C. Mr. C came clean and admitted his wrong and admitted that, yes, he liked getting his dick sucked by boys. Mr. C said that out of his own mouth. The video, the audio is out there. The nigga said he loved getting his dick sucked by them boys. I personally don't understand why any other man would want to get his dick. Any man want to get his dick sucked by another man. I just don't understand that shit with all this fine ass women out here. Listen, if you can't even find a fine ass woman, there's plenty of fat, ugly, lonely ass women out there that just want to give you some pussy or want to give you some head because they want some attention. They don't mind fucking you and sucking your dick for free or for a cheeseburger or for a Happy Meal. God damn. Before I go that route, I'm going to go get me a can of Crisco and I will be beating my meat in the bathroom. Hands the fuck down. I am not finna let no boy suck my dick. Never. Never, ever. Now, I want to meet this cook-up nigga. I want that cook-up nigga on my motherfucking show. Y'all make that shit happen. Y'all get that nigga cook-up to me ASAP. For real. Now, life after being found out that you were with a tranny, Young Buck. Life after that. What does that bring to the table, Young Buck? What does that really fucking say? What is going to happen now, Young Buck, that you're out of the closet, you've been found out? I heard the video, right? Now, in the video, the nigga clearly said, the punk was talking in the video, trying to talk. The punk was trying to talk, right? The punk was really trying to talk, but Young Buck said, come here and taste this dick. The person in the video that appeared to be Young Buck said, come here and take this dick. Exactly what he said in the video. Go listen to that shit. Go listen to it. Say, come and taste this dick. So, the punk, he knew he was getting played all along. The punk knew that Young Buck was just using him for head or using him to blow that asshole out or to cuddle every now and again and get the fuck up and walk away. Now, let me explain something to you trannies, right? Let me explain something to you goddamn trannies. You motherfuckers are not women. You motherfuckers are boys. You are men. dressing up as women. So if these niggas, these rappers are fucking you, or these rappers are getting their dick sucked by you, that is all you are. You're not going to go no further than that, than just sucking their dick or creeping and getting your asshole blew out. These entertainers are not going to take your ass to the Grammys. They're not going to take you to the club with them. They're not going to take you out in public with them. So you can get that shit up out your mind, because you are a dude. You are a man. You are a boy. You got a dick and balls like I have. You got a dick and balls like he has. So what makes you think that this man is going to take your ass out just because you dressed up like a woman and smell like a goddamn woman? Now, I have seen some of these fucking trannies, and some of these trannies are some of the ugliest motherfuckers I have ever seen. Yes, they have. Yes, they are. I have seen some with motherfucking feet bigger than my feet. I done seen some with hands bigger than my hands. I done seen some with motherfucking Adam apples that look like fucking golf balls in their throat. You were meant to be a man. Get that shit out your fucking mind. You will never be a female. It is not happening. And like I say, I am not here to down you motherfuckers. I am not here to down you, so don't think I'm here bashing trannies, because I'm not. This is about Young Buck and his tranny, right? This is what this is all about. Young Buck and his tranny. So now, the tranny, the tranny probably don't give a fuck, because the tranny wanted the attention. The tranny wanted to, be famous. So what did the tranny do? Go out there and put Young Buck on blast. Now, Young Buck, you're not going to be able to fuck this tranny up. You're not going to be able to kill this tranny. You're not going to be able to do anything to this tranny, Young Buck, because if anything happens to this motherfucking punk right about now, Young Buck, the authorities is coming to get your motherfucking ass, because you're going to be the one that has probable causes to kill the tranny or to fuck this tranny up. What the fuck? Manny True Mac, you didn't hear about Young Buck and this punk? You didn't hear about Young Buck and the fucking tranny? Come on, man. Please. Please, Young Buck. I mean, my brother. This shit is all over the motherfucking internet. All over the fucking internet, for real. Because I don't understand it. I don't really understand this shit, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if anybody else had problems with this tranny, right, they're probably going to take care of business right now, because all this shit is going to fall back on Young Buck. So, Young Buck, you probably need to hire that motherfucker some security. Because that motherfucker's going to need that fucking security, Young Buck. He's going to need that security very badly, Young Buck. And it's because of you. Well, it ain't because of you. Well, it is because of you, Young Buck. You was lying to this tranny and probably promising this tranny something that you wasn't going to deliver on. Now, be honest, y'all. How many of you niggas out here just like, okay, I just want to fuck this bitch, so I'm going to tell her anything she want to hear just to get some pussy. Then after you get the pussy, you cut the fuck out. And I think that Young Buck was telling this tranny some shit and getting this tranny's hopes all high and all up in the air, because this motherfucking tranny exposed him in the worst way. The worst fucking way. Now, like I say, this conversation, this is the world, unfortunately, we live in. Well, Kathy, let me ask you a question, Kathy. Do you think it's cool for Young Buck to be fucking a man? Yes or no? That's all I need to know, Kathy. Do you really think that it's cool for Young Buck to be sticking his dick in a man? Or do you think it's cool for Young Buck to be sticking his dick in a man's mouth? Fuck no, I don't think a man can be tricked by no motherfucking tranny. Get the fuck out of here with that. Hell no. If you a dude like me, right? If you like me, the first thing you want to see is the pussy. That's what you want to see is the pussy. Hey, baby, let me see that pussy. What is the first thing that every man does when he is kissing a female for the first time, and y'all about to get it on for the first time? What's the first thing that a man does? Try to stick his hands in them panties and rub that pussy. You can only be on your period so many times out the month. So many times out the month you can only be on your period. So no, fuck that shit. I ain't trying to hear that. No. You have a gay friend. Now let me ask you a question, Kathy. Kathy, call this number, Kathy. I would love to talk to you right now, Kathy. I want you to call this number. Please call this number, Kathy, because I have some questions to ask you. I mean, if you gay, if you gay, call in. If you a tranny, call in. If you done got your dick sucked by a tranny, if you got fooled by a tranny, or if you in the same situation as Young Buck is, please call that motherfucking phone number, 313-355-2469. Now, Young Buck was the hottest thing at one point in time coming out of Nashville, Tennessee, Tennessee, or whatever you call it. The 615. He was the hottest thing at one point in time coming out that motherfucker. This shit right here has just cooled his ass all the way off. All the way. Now, all that prison gay shit, I don't want to hear that shit. If you was in jail and you got your dick sucked by a man, you still are gay. You are still gay. There's no such thing as no bisexual. There's no such thing as no bi-curious. There's no such thing as both ways. If you fuck the same sex, goddammit, you are gay. That's plain and simple. You are fucking gay. All that discreet shit and on the low shit, no, motherfucker, you are gay. So Young Buck, you might pick up some record sales in the out of the gay community because a lot of them gay motherfuckers probably feel you, Young Buck, or want to feel you. I'm still mad about this shit, y'all. I am so mad. I'm so mad. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we do have Pump It or Dump It going on tonight. So I want all you motherfuckers to get in here. If you new, and you can have not subscribed, please subscribe right now. 8 o'clock Detroit time tonight, we will have Pump It or Dump It on, and we got some hot artists that sent over their music. And the winner of the championship round, the final championship round, is going to get their single produced by Kurt Cobain, and you're going to get a feature by Gonzo. And both parties, along with Sharitha Knight, will be on the phone tonight while we doing this historical event. So one thing I like that my brother Tanique said, right? Tanique said, I like what you're doing, Real. You're giving people hope and you're giving people the opportunity to get heard, get their music played. That's some good shit. I didn't look at it like that. I was just having fun with this shit. But you're right, Tanique. This is a hell of an opportunity for somebody to shine. What if he did it only one time? Is he still gay? Yes, he's still fucking gay. Let me ask you a question. Michaela Adams, so I know that you are a woman. If your man came in and said, hey, Michaela, I just got my dick sucked by a man. Is you going to be cool with that? Are you going to be cool with that? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100. Come on now. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it real. That's what we need to do right here, right fucking now. If your man came in and said, "Hey, I just got my dick sucked by a punk. I only did it one time. I'm not gay." What are you gonna think about that? Please answer the question. Answer the question right now, please and thank you. Matter of fact, let me call some of my people just out the blue. Right? I'm gonna call some of my people out the blue, and I'm gonna ask them this question. I'm gonna call some people that I know. Off, just doing what I do. I'm going to call some people, and we're gonna hear from them and see what they say.
Okay.
Hello, how you?
Hi.
Hey, how you doing? Now, let me. Listen, I got you live on my show right now, and I'm calling you to ask you a question.
Okay.
Now, because you are a woman. You are a woman,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
You sure you're not a punk? You are a woman, right?
Really? Yeah, I'm a woman.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this question. Just say your man, right?
Right.
Come in to you and say, "Hey, baby, I went out last night and I got my dick sucked by a tranny. I only did this one time. That don't make me gay." What would your
Yes, it do.
what would your reaction be?
That makes you gay.
That makes you gay. Now,
Mm-hmm.
why do you say it makes him gay?
Because to even entertain the thought of letting somebody of the opposite sex do that, I'm at
Hold on,
work,
the
so
opposite
I
sex or the
can't
same
say that.
sex? Opposite sex.
No,
We talking about man sucking another man's dick here.
that's the same. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The same sex do that,
Mm-hmm.
then you having those thoughts.
Right.
So to me, that would make you. I'm at work, so I can't really say what I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I agree.
Now let me ask you another question.
Hmm.
If your man came in and just told you that shit out the blue, would you question yourself what you did wrong to make him want to go stick his dick in a man's mouth?
No,
You wouldn't question yourself because you should you be doing something right.
for sure. I think for him to have those thoughts is nothing that a woman is doing to make him have those thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
That's something he needs to deal with.
Something he needs to deal with. Now,
Correct.
what if he came to you and said, "Hey, baby, I got my dick sucked by a man 5 years ago. I only did it one time. That don't make me gay." What would you think?
I would always think in the back of my head that um, it could possibly happen again.
And would you leave him?
Mm, that's difficult. I don't know. If I've had signs to where I feel like it's a possibility it's still going on, then yeah.
So, but
But
hold on. If you didn't have that thought in your mind, you're telling me that you would stay with this man after he confessed to getting his dick sucked by a man 5 years ago. You would stay.
if we're married, yeah, we could be married with kids. It's not that easy to just walk away. Hello?
Ah, ah,
What?
ah.
I mean,
You are a good one. I'm gonna give you that. You are a good one.
don't get me wrong. It'll be hard. It'll be definitely hard. But I can't say 100% hands down if he said that and it happened 5 years ago and it never happened again. That once he tell me that, I'm done and I'm out the door. I can't say it's not that easy when you're married.
Thank you, thank you very much for your time, and I appreciate you. And I'm giving your honest opinion on this. Right?
Hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't even know if I want to call anybody else after that. That she said that she would stay with him after 5 years and being married. Are you fucking serious? Fuck that, nigga. You're gay. You are fucking gay. No, you're not. I wouldn't want to fuck a woman who stayed with a dude that went out and got his dick sucked. by another man and he came in and admitted this shit to you. I just wouldn't want to do it. I apologize, but I just can't do it, and I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to deal with that chick. I just wouldn't want to deal with that. That's just me. She's a keeper for that honesty. Okay, she's a keeper for that honesty. I'm not. No, I'm not hating her at all. I appreciate her honesty. 100%. I appreciate her honesty. But me personally, I don't know if I just fuck. Calling somebody else out the blue, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing this morning? You okay?
Good morning.
Now listen, I got you live on my show right now, and is a call in, and I want to ask.
You got who?
I got you live on my show right now, and as a call in, I need you to answer this question for me. Do you have a second to answer this question?
Yeah, I can answer.
Okay, let me ask you, because we're talking about men and trannies right now. So I said I was going to call some real women that I know. Okay. Now, if your boyfriend, right, came in this morning, right, and said, yo, baby, I went out last night and got drunk and got my dick sucked by a punk, a tranny, what would you do? Would you stay with him or would you leave him?
Me personally, I might stay, but I don't know. I would probably feel some type of way.
Wait a minute. Hold the fuck. What? Okay, now hold on. The dude just telling you that. Listen.
But look.
No.
I'm just saying things happen. That's just if it was vice versa. If your girl told you the same thing, what would you do?
Well, that's different. Women on women shit. That don't count. We talking about another man.
It does count.
We talking about another man. Hold on. Listen to me. Did you hear the question that I imposed on you? I said that if you
said a trainee, right?
A tranny.
You said a trainee, right?
Right. When I got his dick sucked by a tranny, which is a man dressed like a woman, would you be cool with that? You said you would forgive him.
I would feel some type of way.
But you would stay with him though, right? Why would you stay?
Because you said he was drunk, right?
That's not an excuse. That's not a fucking excuse.
That's not an excuse, but I'm saying things happen. But you have to look at it from both sides.
Both sides. Okay.
You could be mature about it, or you can be, things happen. That's just if your girl said the same thing, but if it was a guy.
So you mean to tell me, okay, your dude getting his dick sucked by a transsexual, that shit is cool for you. That's cool. This is a man we talking about. This is a tranny that we are talking about dressed up like a woman. Listen. Just hear me out, okay? Do you know about the Young Buck situation? Okay, do you know about that?
Do I know about who?
Do you know about the Young Buck situation?
No.
Young Buck. Okay, Young Buck, do you even know who Young Buck is?
No.
Young Buck is a rapper that come out of Tennessee. He's a part of G Unit. He made the song Shorty Wanna Ride With Me and Stump. He made a few good joints, okay? Now, he got caught on video with a tranny. The tranny was giving him some dome. The tranny was sucking his dick. The tranny was bobbing his baloney. The tranny was pulling his meat. He told the tranny in the video, come and taste this dick, and put his dick in the tranny's mouth. So he called the tranny. The tranny on the phone. Him and the tranny he's begging the tranny to go and tell everybody that it wasn't him. And she didn't post that. Well, he didn't post that. Somebody else posted. A tranny is not a she. It is a he. A man is a man. Okay. Now, this man, he has kids. This is going to affect his sons, his daughters, his other family members because he was foolish to go out here and get his dick sucked by another man. So you're telling me that you will forgive your man and people will see this video of your man getting his dick sucked by another man, don't you think that you will be in the public eye and you'll be taking all type of public scrutiny for behind this shit?
See, but you didn't say that in the beginning. You said a friend.
It don't
it's
matter.
it's a
It doesn't matter. You're
public, but it's a difference if it
mm,
was just something that happened and it was between y'all.
mm-mm.
It's a difference. You should have
No,
said that in the beginning.
it's the
Like, yeah, I
same.
would have a problem with that. I probably would leave.
It's the same shit. You cannot. I repeat, you cannot. You cannot just
Hello.
be behind the. You can't say because it's behind closed doors you will be forgiven. You just can't do that. Now, I thank you for giving me. I can hear you, and I thank you for giving me a few ticks of your time. I got to take another caller, and thank you very much for your input on this. Right, I appreciate you.
Okay.
What in the fuck is wrong with y'all ladies? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all how much y'all will forgive a nigga for fucking around with a fucking punk? I'm gonna call you right now, bro. I'm gonna give you a call right goddamn now. This shit is ludicrous. I don't understand this fuck shit. This is some fuckery. Straight fuckery. I don't understand it. Wow. I don't understand this shit. And I'm not going to understand it.
How you doing? Good morning, Rip.
Hey, what's up, man? Your shit is sounding loud than a motherfucker, man. You're blowing my eardrums out. What's up, bruh?
Man, I'm just checking out the podcast, and I've been watching the show for a while, so you be speaking up on a lot of important things and shit. For right now, this situation right now, like I'm gonna be honest to you, like I was a young buck, like real true fan. Like I bought nothing but you and shit. Love Buck. Buck
Right.
was like the realest nigga out the group for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was like when all this shit just come out, like right before the video had popped out, 50 and Buck, they was into it with some shit. You know what I mean? They weren't really fucking with each other.
Right.
So when this video popped out, and I'm like, damn, that dude standing like Buck and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if it's really Buck because it's allegedly, right?
Right.
So,
allegedly still.
But with the situation with these women, I'm gonna be honest to you.
Be honest, bro. Be honest.
This is a new, like, by the shit being so, like, with gays and all that, not being, trying to talk about them in no bad way or nothing like that. But for years and decades, like, you know what I mean, they've been hiding in the closets for so long, and now people and women in general, they want to feel bad and want to feel sympathetic about the situation. And, want to be lenient on it because, they feel like they've been outcast for so long, but the real is real and the truth is real. When it's in the Bible and it says you should never go messing with another man.
Facts.
Or another woman should mess with another woman. You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
But now it's like they don't care about the Bible, none of that. They like we cool with our guys, our black men out here. If they want to have sex with another man, and we still kick it with them and cool with them, and we'll still embrace them and all that, and want to be friends with them and all that. Like I know a lot of women that tells me, but they have gay friends. Like they got a lot of, and I'll be like, how could you be friends with a gay person, even if a gay person is a human being with a heart, soul, and all that? But their soul is corrupted. Their soul is abominated. You see what I'm saying? They done let another man go.
Now they can change. Now they can change and go back straight. You know what I'm saying? And just ask for God's forgiveness, and God will forgive them and make them right. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna have to stay on that path, the righteous path. You feel me?
Right.
Wow.
But the thing is, though, the women kills me. When this conversation come up, and they get so defensive over it. You know what I mean? Like a man can't be a strong man, a strong black man with conviction without telling them the truth. This is the truth. That's
Facts.
not plausible. That's not something embracing. So when you find out your husband out here having sex with different men and then come back to you and you, oh, it's okay because we're married and we went with our vows and all that, but vows are always made to be broken. And once a man do that, he's broken all house vows, control of being a husband, everything. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's
But
true.
A lot of these,
That's true,
a lot of
bro.
these women, right? But a lot of women out here, black women, mainly black women, a lot of black women, they sit up here, they will cuss you out, they will argue up and down, they will say, "Oh, you're a gay basher," or like, how could you feel like that and this and that? Like the woman was just telling you, she was saying that yeah, I would take my man, I would stay with him, even if he had sex with another man or got brains from another man or whatever. But that just shows how weak and sensitive a woman really is.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? How embracing and taking of a woman when somebody's broken and hurt and they willing to, not even broken and hurt. Some of them, they just willing to feel like, that they're obligated to take him up under his wing when he know he done wrong, and they try to nourish it when all the time you got to punish him. You see, you got to punish him, and you got to X him out for a while till he find himself, till he get himself right with God, because that's the number one you gotta get yourself right with.
Yes, sir.
You can't get yourself right with people and all that, because people are people, and people ain't never gonna accept you're good for being good. You
Never.
see, some people would, and a lot of people will not. They gonna always make it seem like you ain't changed, you're still the same. Just like with the situation with Buck. We don't know how things gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? People it seemed like it was a setup. Then it seemed like he put himself into that setup. Then it seemed like he was going along with the relationship, along with the guy. And it's just like, man, I don't know what to say really about that situation. But it's just like, I know with these women need to get themselves together and want a real man, and not no man that's out here being a half a man and a half boy and all that. Ain't matured enough yet. Ain't
Right.
just like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. So that was my take on it. When old girl was answering you back like that, that shit just like that shit just like, man, that's just like me saying, okay, I got a wife, and okay, my wife out here, she dabbling in different women, and then coming home back to me. Even though it might seem okay for everybody to think like, okay, it's a woman and a woman, all they doing is kissing and licking and bumping on each other, whatever. Okay. And they probably use a little dildo or a toy or something. But you still got to look at it. Yeah, you still got to look at it like this. Me and this woman supposedly had fused together with a soul, spiritual love. Like, we supposed to be in love, but you run around out here with different women. That makes me feel less of a man. But you got other men.
Go ahead.
I'm listening.
No, you're right about that. You 100% right. But nah.
Yeah.
But nah. What if she bringing the pussy home for you and her together?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Come on. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
But that's different. Now, but you got women. You got a lot of women out here that's selfish. They don't want to share their pussy with another man. You see what I'm saying? Yes, I dealt with a number of women. I dealt with women that done dealt with other women.
Right.
And they were like, I wouldn't bring her around you because I really care for her, and I don't, and they done gave me all kind of excuses. Like, one woman gave me an excuse, said that she wouldn't do it with another woman with me, because I asked one of my ladies before. I say, man, let's do a threesome or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never did a threesome. Let's try a threesome or something. So she like, okay, cool. I know somebody. So she told her friend or whatever. So the girl was with it. She told me, my girl told me, she said, "No, I ain't doing that because I don't want to share you with nobody." You know what I'm saying? And that's understandable.
Okay.
But you don't want to bring, you want to fuck around and eat pussy and lay up with the pussy and all that, but you don't want to bring no extra pussy to me, like you. But
nigga,
but
nigga, you out
women.
cold. Listen.
Yeah, man, women are very territorial than men.
Okay, Keisha Matthews said you guilty. She think you're guilty and think that you fuck with boys. Keisha Matthews just said that. Yes, she did. She said she think that
Right.
you're guilty. Wait a minute. You said she right? Is she right now? Is she right?
No. No. I wasn't. I didn't listen to what you were saying all the way. Now, what you were saying?
Keisha Matthews said that you are guilty. She think that you're guilty. You fucking with boys. That's what she just put in the group. He's guilty.
Oh, she talking about me?
Yeah, you. Wait a minute. Hold on. Keisha, is he guilty or is Young Buck guilty? Which one? Because I don't want to start no shit, Keisha. That ain't what I do. Who guilty, Young Buck or the caller? Just type in Buck. If it's Buck, put Buck, or caller, put caller. Who's guilty here, Keisha? Because I don't want to start no shit now. I don't want to, throw your shit around the wrong way, Keisha. I don't do that over here. I want to make sure we right over here. Let's just get this shit correct.
Right.
Because
I ain't gonna say nothing wrong about nobody until I see you to be a suspect.
Oh man, hey bro, she ain't replied back, but thanks, man. Let me get another caller real quick and find out what's their take on this shit. And thanks for calling, bro.
Okay, well.
All right now.
Okay, well you know mine, so
right.
I feel you. All right.
All right, family.
You have a blessed day.
You too, bro. Damn, his shit was kind of loud though. It was peeking through these goddamn earphones. He must have had a microphone and shit. Now let me see here. Let's get another caller. Come on, y'all. Let's do this shit right. Let me get a trill motherfucker on the phone right now. Let me get a trill motherfucker on the phone. We get a trill female on the phone. Ain't that what them southern niggas say? Trill? Let me get a trill one on the phone. Get me a motherfucking trill one on this motherfucker, y'all, that I know. Hello, how you doing? Are you can you talk for a second?
Mm-hmm.
Now, look, I got you live stream right now on my show, and I want to ask you a question, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Say your man come in, right?
Uh-huh.
Spent the night out or whatever, and say, yo, baby, I got something I want to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I got my dick sucked by a tranny last night. What would you stay? Would you go? Talk to me. What would you do?
I would go.
Okay.
Like, it don't matter if it was a tranny or not. It shouldn't have happened.
Okay. Now, you said you would leave. Doesn't matter if it was a tranny or not. Okay. 5 years later, come down the line. Your husband, you married this guy, right?
Uh-huh.
He said, hey, baby, I got my dick sucked one time by a tranny, but I'm not gay. I just got my dick sucked. Would you stay or would you leave?
Unknown caller.
Still leave. Cheating.
But hold on, this was before your time. This is before your time.
Well, before me, and still, you knew it was a tranny. That's not right. That's some gay type shit.
And so, are you going to stay or are you going to leave?
I'm okay. Why would I want to be with somebody that's gay?
Thank you. Fucking thank you.
He knew it was a tranny. No.
Yes, he knew that this was a tranny. He knew it was a tranny.
No.
Yes.
No.
But now, why wouldn't you stay? Because now this is the thing we're getting at here, because we had some women said that they would stay. They would forgive him and they would stay because it was a one-time thing.
It was a one-time thing that it was okay that you knew it was a dude. No, hell no.
Okay, now we got a family member in the audience. Her name is Michaela Adams, right? Now, Michaela said that she would forgive her man. She wouldn't leave. And Michaela said that you are lying. She said, you are lying. This was her exact words. She said, you are lying.
No.
Are you lying?
No, I'm not lying. Why would I want to stay with somebody that got gay tendencies?
Thank you. Gay fucking tendencies. Do you know who Young Buck is? Okay, you know about this little controversy with Young Buck, right? Okay, now hold on. Michaela Adams said not after 5 years she would stay. That you would stay. Now, Michaela, would you stay? That's the question. Would you stay? Now, you already said you'll get a nigga, you'll forget a nigga. So that means you would stay. Okay, now, just say for instance, now you seen the video Young Buck getting his dick sucked by the fag. I meant the tranny, right? Did you see? Okay. Now, you see your man in a video getting his dick sucked by a tranny, telling the tranny probably something he told you, come here and taste this dick, right? This is what he told the tranny, come here and taste this dick. And you and say you might be thinking, wait a minute, he told me that before. And you see this video, and you watch this video of him getting his dick sucked by this tranny, and the tranny telling everybody they've been fucking for 3 years. And y'all been together for 5 years. What's going to happen at that point? What's going to happen?
I'm leaving.
You're going to leave. Are you going to fuck him up before you leave, or are you just going to walk out and leave?
Oh, no, I probably would put hands on him.
Would you put him? Okay, now we know that you have a CPL. Would you use would you use the pistol, or would you just use the hands?
No, I have to just use my hands. I got other stuff that I'm not gonna let nobody control my life situation on some dumb stuff. I use the CPL. I'm going to jail.
Okay. Now somebody said dude, Kennedy said you still gonna stay. You think you're gonna stay? But
no, I'm not, because whether it's a relationship, if he just got some head from this person, what's the difference for him coming to you and say, okay, baby, for you, I was in a relationship with a dude for 3 years. You still gonna say, stay? That sounds stupid as shit.
Okay, but would you want to know why? Because Kenny C said you're going to want to know why he did what he did. So are you going to want to know why?
No, the end result is still the same. Knowing why is not going to change it. No. Why? Because he wanted to see was it felt different from a man to this. That's still going to make me stay? No.
It's not going to make you stay. Okay.
Nope.
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate you giving us a little bit of your time. And this, I told y'all this was going to be a real one right here, y'all. This wasn't going to be one that says she going to stay. All right, thank you very much. And I appreciate, you giving me a little bit of your time. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, ladies, y'all got one. Y'all got one. Said she wasn't buying that shit. Said she ain't buying that. She was going to leave. Now, somebody called us from Florida. Okay, let's call this person back from Florida. Let's see what's going on here with the Florida. We're gonna call them right now. Let's get this shit on the go here.
Hello.
Yo, what's up? This that guy Rail calling you back. Who is this?
This Tony Bell.
This who?
It's Tony Bell. I was on the live chat commenting.
Okay, Tony Bell. Okay, hey, turn your headphones. Turn your computer down or your phone. Turn it down right quick.
+131329319.
And we can so we can get you real quick.
Okay.
Okay, my brother. Now what do you what you got to say about this?
Yeah, I think Young Buck been doing this.
You think you've been doing it? Because, the tranny says it's been 3 years.
Yeah, I think he's been doing it. He's been in and out of prison and stuff, keep violating and going back. A lot of those guys that be going in and out, they started doing that. They do that. He probably had a lot of pussy when he was out on the road with G-Unit.
Mm-hmm.
Got in there, probably couldn't control himself. And, a lot of guys do that when they get in prison. They act like they can't control themselves, man. And there'll be those guys that do that, man. He's free. He out here free. He could go get women, so
yes.
he's really.
That's my point.
So, yeah, because he's free. He can go buy pussy. He can fuck a famous person. So if he's doing that, he's gay. That's a real big L for 50 them because they've been rolling with this nigga.
Facts.
That's bad. That's like you in a gang and one of the niggas out your gang or in your trap.
Right.
What the fuck? Yeah. So them niggas respect too.
Goddamn, yeah, that's true. They're gonna lose their credibility as well.
Yeah, because niggas was already calling 50 gay and gang. Now them niggas is suspect, man. Them niggas is suspect.
Wow.
No real niggas don't roll with niggas like that.
You know what? I didn't think about that. You're right. That's going to make motherfuckers call 50 in game. 50 in game gay. You 100% right. I didn't think about that, brother.
Yeah, and then Starlito made a song called "I'm Proud of You" where he mentioned that shit after Young Buck snatched him up. So that nigga's gay. And them G Unit niggas, I love 50 to death, but I don't know. He might be gay.
No, man, not Buck. I'm still rooting for
And I know
Buck,
you like
man.
50. I know you fuck with 50. I fuck with that nigga. I read books, all that shit, but man, real niggas don't have gay niggas in their circle, period.
Wait a minute, hold on one second. Hey, hold on. Hey, Tennessee motherfucker, you my main man, nigga, but you better chill the fuck out talking about 50 been suspect, nigga. If you ever in your life again say my homie 50 Cent is suspect, nigga, I will block you out of every goddamn thing, nigga. You my nigga, and I love you, my nigga. But goddamn it, you will not disrespect my homie 50 Cent and say 50 Cent was suspect. All that pussy 50 getting and dropping babies left and right, nigga, you better chill out with that shit. 50 fucking hoes, nigga.
Right.
50 fucking pussy.
Right. Right. Well, 50 that nigga, I'm just saying, because it make me mad. I like that nigga Buck music, but I can't, that shit is fucked up, man. That's like the most shocking thing in hip hop this year.
Hold on one
that
second.
Shit is,
New Shine 2017. Why don't you and your wife call in and put your wife on the phone and we can debate this shit? Tell your wife to call 313-355-2479 right now. Tell her to call in right now to that number and we can debate this shit. And I'll tell her why it's okay for other women to fuck other women versus men fucking other men. Now you get on the goddamn phone and I'll tell her why, goddammit. Nah, but yeah, man, it's crazy, man, that these niggas got this money.
You gotta get I seen you get Reggie Wright. I seen you get all these people. You gotta get Buck on. You gotta set it up on him on the podcast thing. You gotta somebody gotta let this nigga give him a platform to speak.
Yes.
To see what he gotta say.
And I'm trying to give Young Buck that platform, but he don't want it. He don't want to talk. Young Buck do not want to talk, man, and I want Young Buck on this motherfucker so me and Young Buck can chop it up and keep it 100 and keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
He gotta explain himself, man, because that dude, he gonna rather become homicidal and kill a nigga in the street, or he gonna commit suicide, or he gonna be suicidal. Something's gotta give.
I don't think Buck is gonna commit suicide. I think Buck is gonna kill a nigga. That's what I think. I think Buck gonna kill a nigga. He's not gonna kill himself. He's not that nigga. I think he'll kill a nigga first. Now,
but the thing is, the nigga he killed, it ain't gonna be the punk though. It's gonna be a regular nigga. He's gonna kill a regular nigga.
I think he's gonna kill a punk. I think it's gonna be a punk he gonna kill. Listen, let me. Thanks for calling in, bro. Let me get Robbie Blue on the phone because he just called in, and let me get him back on. Thanks for your call in, fam.
I want it.
My love, baby. All right, Robbie Blue, goddamn it. I'm finna call your ass, nigga. I'm finna get you on here, Robbie, because I know you got some real shit that you want to say behind this Young Buck shit. Goddamn it. Let's do this shit. It's on like popcorn. It's on like Donkey Kong. How the old folks say.
Hello.
What's up, Robbie Blue? How you doing, bruh?
Yo, what's going on, man? I'm just tuning into your podcast, man, thinking we're talking about pumping and dumping, and y'all talking about pumping and dumping it for real.
Nah, we ain't talking about pumping and dumping.
Nah, I'm joking. Nah, but you know what? It was funny at first, but I'm going to tell you something on the real, man, and I'm hearing all the callers call.
Right.
Look, we're quick to be judgmental because in our heart we know what's right and what's wrong.
Right.
But when all jokes are aside, I was taking some little notes. I said, this is risky behavior that turns into lies and cover-up that result in death.
Yes.
Risky behavior. Now, that risky behavior, now when it comes to the homosexual thing, I know some people may, attack me or whatever and call me homophobic or whatever, but I think it's psychological and spiritual. I think it's the result of 2 generations of fathers not being there in the home, being there, I take it for granted that my pops was there for me. And I remember some of my friends growing up, they just really didn't have no idea what it is to have a father because they seen their mother date different men or dudes that weren't there. And then you factor in child molestation and child abuse and all that.
Right.
Like most of the women that are hardcore feminists have been abused and molested. Any real nigga that when you were younger you went to a strip club or you ever talked to one of them chicks that was working on the street and you actually just interviewed them for 5 minutes, they'll tell you like, look, I was molested when I was younger. That's why I hate men. That's why I have psychological issues. And so then they start becoming a carpet muncher because they're looking for like some sense of belonging, but also too a lot of people, man, when they start using drugs and just doing everything they can to drown out the past. I'll take a good example. When I got divorced a few years back, it was scary, bro. Like when I told my girl recently, man, I went to go donate blood, and when I went to the VA to get checked, I felt like doing the Mexican hat dance. I was like, "Thank you, Jesus." You know, a nigga don't got nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I tell my girl all the time, no matter what problems we deal with, most people will lie to you these days. Let's be honest. Young Buck got outed. Think about how many motherfuckers that probably have done some either homosexual shit on the low in the past, won't say nothing. There are a lot of chicks that date dudes that's in and out of prison, not knocking anybody that's been to prison. But let's be honest, man, our AIDS rates are out of control.
Yes,
you couldn't pay me to go on a blind date in Atlanta, bruh. I mean, any nigga who says that they know is lying to themselves. You may think that you got game, you got this, whoop-de-whoop. Look, man, if chicks got 1 or 2 kids and they ain't been married in over 10 years and they ain't trying to get married, that means they got fuck buddies. Yeah. I don't care how much they claim they found Jesus and the whole nine. And a lot of these niggas ain't going to tell you if they double dipping. And a lot of these chicks ain't going to tell you if they double dipping. And we thinking about AIDS, man, but you got HPV, you got throat cancer, you got herpes. So you could have a chick that go down on another chick that done been in prison. Or some of these people rent themselves out for couples that want to experiment because motherfuckers thinking that's going to save their marriage or whatever. Dude, just interviewing all these hurt people when I was separated, just like whether it was these dating sites, whatever, chicks will just start up telling you. They'll tell you the truth. Oh, yeah, I ain't trying to get married or whatever. And I'll ask them, so have you ever been with a female?
Yep.
And, dude, you'd be surprised how many females are bisexual. So before we clown the dudes, let's just realize we got confusion on both sides. And I think some women, rather than deal with a real man, they want to deal with a nigga they can manipulate. So, like, say if you got your food stamps or you got your money together and a nigga trying to get on his feet, that's somebody you feel like you can govern over and control because you can tell that nigga, cut the Xbox off and stop eating the kids' snacks. You know what I mean? That nigga gonna get mad.
Goddamn right.
Walk out the apartment and go fuck him a punk or go fuck him a fucking crackhead. You know what I'm saying? And come back to you because you know what? We live on No Love Boulevard. As Americans,
No Love Boulevard.
Nobody has love. Nobody's got love no more. And there's no discipline and there's no accountability. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Whether somebody comes out or not, I respect the people who have the courage to be honest. But what's scary is you got to think about the people who will never tell you. Yeah. There's chicks that could have had threesomes in college, act like she found Jesus. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden she's, she's doing all that. But there's niggas, you know what I'm saying, on her Facebook that's grinning at you when she duck faces you like, nigga, those are DSLs. Those are dick-sucking lips. You know what I'm saying? Not saying people's past. Not saying people can't be, plans from the past. But I think we just need to be honest, bro. That you got a lot of folks out here that don't want responsibility, and we freaky. Yeah. And then you got people who are taking it to a whole nother level, double dipping, and they never gonna tell you. There's niggas that probably could get especially what gets me are the industry niggas, like the niggas who got money, like you say. I'm thinking, I heard stories allegedly of Magic Johnson and some of them other cats back in the day. They get around them rich Jewish dudes. They'll have a bitch and a trainee in a hot tub, like try you like that. Hey, Magic, we got the cocaine, we got the pills,
Wow.
And then they're like, they just want to see if you're comfortable around it. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. They got some of these motherfuckers that will look like Medea, so you got no excuse. I think, you know what I'm saying? Young Buck is gonna be in the next Tyler Perry movie. But you gotta be careful, man. I mean, you got some of these nerdy ass motherfuckers fucking robots and shit. You know what I'm saying? To now, you got some of these trainees. Look, if you think about the psychology of a trainee, they want to be a woman.
Yeah.
I think you should interview a trainee. Like, interview somebody, they'll tell you straight up they think they're a woman. And some of these motherfuckers will spend $100,000 to trick you, real. They'll take pills and shit, get ribs removed, shave their fucking chin, do all kind of shit. And my point is, at the end of the day, when you know you're with a real for real woman, I'll be scared for my kids to grow up now. And now what the school system can determine who's gay. Have you heard of that shit? Like they try to identify kids younger. It's like I didn't want to believe they were pushing a gay agenda, but I'm guilty of watching Empire. I'm guilty of going to the movie theater and my girl will be there. And I noticed women don't have a problem with this shit. I tell my girl, hell no, turn that shit. Nah, I want to see what Cookie and Lucius are gonna do. And you like, nigga, I am kind of being a co-conspirator in this bullshit because I kind of like the storyline, but I don't need these unnecessary sex scenes. Like, why are you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, or are you making superheroes gay? You know, one of the first gay superheroes that we had growing up was on G.I. Joe.
You
know that, right?
I never knew that, and I watched G.I. Joe. Who was the gay hero on G.I. Joe? I never really paid attention.
It's kind of a joke. It was Cobra Commander because he would roll his S's. Yes, Joe. Yes.
Oh yeah,
you know what
okay.
I'm saying?
Yeah. I never saw it. I never saw that.
I'm like that nigga rolling his S's. Nah, but anyway, I'm gonna stop clowning. But on the real for real, to everybody, stay prayed up.
That's
and
right.
just be careful, man. Look, a lot of times we want to say we don't want to be a player no more. That's real shit, bro. Because you know what? The older you get, you're playing Russian roulette. Some of these younger girls ain't using protection.
Oh no.
Some of these other niggas is definitely lying to bitches. You know, some of your homeboys that got side pieces.
Oh yeah.
So you want your side pieces to be checked out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unless I live with a bitch, I wouldn't believe anything she say. I have to be like, you know what? If we see each other once a week, you can sneak another dick in there. I don't give a fuck if I'm fucking you with a diamond dick. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I got money in the whole nine. You know, like you say, women will fuck around and have this sympathy pussy for fuck niggas. They'll be like, oh, your mother didn't birth you right. You got dropped. You didn't have your daddy. Your mama was a crackhead. You know what I mean? This nigga got, baby all on his chest looking like one of them R&B niggas. You know what I'm saying? But the whole point is you didn't know that this nigga, look, any nigga that's served over 10 years is suspect to me. And that's not to knock nobody that's been in prison, but just from stories the niggas have told me, most niggas on their program will be straight. But there's some niggas that get hopeless or feel like they never gonna get out of there, and they'll compromise their morals, like you say, with some head or whatever. It start off like that. See, then before you know it,
me?
Go ahead.
I would get me a sock. If I was in prison, I would get me a sock. I would pack that motherfucking sock full of Vaseline. When I wake up in the morning, goddammit, I slap that motherfucking sock on my meat. And nigga, I get to stroking the fuck out that motherfucker, nigga.
I'm gonna just tell you the truth, man.
What I would
There's
be doing.
Nothing attractive about another man to me. I even tell that to my girl when she's with her daughter. Her daughter goes, "Oh my God, look at his biceps, look at his chest." I'm like, "Nigga, I got biceps in the chest. That shit don't do nothing to me." Now, titties, goddamn, that'll get my attention. Hips and curves. There's nothing just like a sexy, voluptuous, pretty woman. And like I tell my girl all the time when she be getting a fucking funky attitude, she's pretty, but she be getting a funky attitude. I be telling her, you too pretty to have a funky attitude. Back in the day, everybody knew fat girls and ugly, like, dyke-looking bitches, they had to get attention by being loud. You know what I'm saying? Loud with a bag of cookies. Trying to get niggas' attention. But
my thing is back in the 80s, right, when Uncle Luke came out with that Move Something album, and they had them that thick ass woman on the album cover, and in the Move Something video had them thick ass women. Go back, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all too young, go look on YouTube. It's on there, the 2 Live Crew Move Something video, and that was where the thick BBW women came from. That's when they started being accepted. Luke wasn't using those skinny ass models. He was using thick females, and that's what made the thick females come up. Uncle Luke and the 2 Live Crew, and they don't get no respect for that.
You touching on something that honestly is a crazy phenomenon right now, and it just clicked in my brain. You're right. White women, not all white women, because I don't want to sound like I'm racist, but I'm saying this culture has tried to convince people that if you're naturally curvy, you're fat.
Facts, yes.
You know what I mean, or whatever. That shit is crazy. I'm like, nah. There's a difference between. Now I've seen some women that's, because they be like, oh, I'm thick. I'm like, nah, bitch, you are fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You a fat ass trailer park bitch, and you think thirsty just because a couple of thirsty niggas who got out of jail gave you attention and took you to Cracker Barrel, you know what I'm saying, or Golden Corral, you think you the shit because you didn't have to pay your rent 1 month. That nigga could have just had a dry spell. But in all honesty, you know what I'm saying? I think you got a lot of resentment over generations because women have had men, especially black women, that have been absent. You didn't have your father there. Nobody was there to protect you from molestation. Nobody was there to guide you or show you love. So, man, we don't even believe in love. We don't even have trust. And most people are like, man, I'm going to fuck you over before you fuck me over. And it's a dirty game. And just out of humility, I mean, I know I'll never get caught with no training or no bullshit like that. But just out of humility to sympathize with other people, I've learned the older I get to be less judgmental because the reason why I say it, man, you'd be surprised what people will do when they get desperate, when they go through a divorce, when they go through they get a drug problem, they go through a death in the family, they deal with a whole lot of shit. Man, people can go into a dark place and they'll start becoming a different motherfucker, man, because they don't have no family there. You don't need your family. I like I say, I take it for granted. Pops is getting up there, had a stroke. But you know what? I love my father to death now, man. You know, even if he don't tell me I love him, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if he don't say I love you, son, I'm proud of you, because he's old school, I'm gonna be like, nah, nigga, I'm gonna be there for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And hold you down because you still got some knowledge you can give me. But this future is scary, real.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna try to tune in for the pump it and dump it, man. Sorry for talking your head off.
Do that,
but
brother.
like I say, it's scary times, man. We got to stand on truth, man, because it can lead to death. These days.
That's right, baby. All right, now, my brother, thanks for the call in. Appreciate you.
Peace.
All right, peace. Uh-oh, y'all. Oh, shit. Hey, you know what? I was not trying to take this shit that goddamn long. Let me call one more real motherfucker up, y'all. Now, this is a real gutter motherfucker right here. This motherfucker right here is so motherfucking gutter. I'm going to call this gutter motherfucker, and she going to tell y'all motherfuckers what time it really is. Real motherfucking talk. I'm going to call this motherfucker. Let me see if I can get on this motherfucking phone. Hey, what up? How you doing, Tink? You good?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, I got you live right now. You on my show, right? The 313 Live Show. And yes, you live streaming right now. So let me ask you this question, because I use one of them real motherfuckers. Okay, now let me see if you got old on me, right? Let me see if you got old and shit get past you, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if your dude came to you this morning and said, "Hey, baby, I went out last night and a tranny sucked my dick." What would you do?
What? That ain't just no shit that you do one time. You know what the fuck, tranny. Gay.
You gay. But you
gay. You been gay.
Would you stay or would you leave?
I'm out.
You out the door. Okay.
I'm out.
You out. Okay. Now let me ask you another question, okay? You married now. You and your husband have been married 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
5 goddamn years. Okay, your husband come to you one day and say, "Hey, baby, we having a little truth or dare conversation. Baby, I got my dick sucked 5 years ago by a tranny before you came into the picture. Would you stay or would you leave?" You broke up. Say that again. You broke up.
I'm gonna start paying my leave because that's not hell no.
You out. You out.
It's from marriage. So you just can't step and go every day. A relationship can cut that shit off like a light.
Nah, yeah.
But with a marriage, it's a process.
It's a process, but you wouldn't. So you wouldn't leave the marriage. You would stay.
No, I said that from that point on, I'm preparing my process to leave.
There you go.
I can't.
Now, yeah, because now a couple women in here said that they would stay. They would not leave. They would stay.
And that's their plan. And that's me.
Okay. Now,
I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Not gonna be able to do it. Now, what you think about bitches on bitches, women on women? How do you feel about that?
It's not cool either way.
It is cool for women to suck pussy.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Why it's not cool?
It's not cool. It's not.
Okay, that's okay.
It's just not. I don't have to give my reasons or nothing. It's just not cool.
Okay, it's not cool. Okay, but does it make a female gay? To lick a little pussy? Does that make her gay?
Yep, she's fucking gay.
So let me ask you a question: if a female, walked up to you and licked your shit, would that make you gay?
Okay, now you know me, right?
Yes, I do know you.
You know I have a very unapproachable look, right?
Yes.
So wouldn't no bitch try that with me, right?
yeah, you're right. But you might get that. You might get that one bold one that will try it. That one bold.
And then we just gonna we just gonna have to fight.
Well, y'all
gonna fight about it.
Yeah, have to fight about it. Oh shit. Well, see, I told y'all this was a real motherfucker right here.
Well, let me tell you something.
What's up?
First of all, I done had my pussy ate by some of the best men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ain't nothing no bitch can do. First of all, I can't be dominated by no bitch. When you getting head, you being controlled. Can't no bitch control me.
Ooh, I like your style. That's right, because when a man doing that, he's controlling you. Goddamn right. Ladies, do you agree with this situation here? Do you agree with what she just... Oh, somebody said facts. Facts. Now, why would you say you... Now, how are you being controlled? I'm
because you under this person's spell. They got you. They got you. They got you. First of all, they got your mind. Then your body is following.
Okay. So, okay. Maybe I need to start eating that shit then. If that's what it does, okay. That's what you do. Okay. Well, I'm gonna start doing it, ladies. I never did it. I'm gonna start now. God damn it. Like, let me quit lying, y'all. Let me quit lying, God damn it.
Because I'm about to hang up the song. This is gonna be a lightning bolt.
Wow. Okay, you just gave us some game. Give us some more game. I'm gonna kick back and let you have the show. So when you say the man is controlling you, tell us a little bit more and tell us about this shit.
What you want to know about it?
Hold on. The real one always said, yeah, right. Said that's not true. She says...
Oh, but it is. Let me tell you something. I've been getting my pussy ate before I was getting my pussy penetrated.
Ooh.
I know.
Ooh. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me some lame-ass nigga ate your shit and didn't penetrate you? Didn't try?
I mean, yeah. Come on now. You been knowing me how long?
So I've been knowing you forever. Shit, but...
Okay, you been knowing how many motherfuckers thought they was going to go with that? How many motherfuckers thought they was going to get me?
Yeah, a lot of niggas thought they was going to knock your ass off.
Okay.
Somebody, the real one always say I was talking about you, real. Oh, no, I don't eat that shit, I ain't never put that shit in my mouth. Never, no.
You haven't?
God, like they all show the docs. Like my nigga Tanique say, show the docs. Show the docs. Show the docs. Show the docs. God damn it. Show the docs. Show the pictures. Show it. Where's the proof? Show the docs. God damn it. Show the docs.
Say, dig into them old Polaroids.
Huh?
I said, dig into them old ass Polaroid pictures.
Polaroid pictures. Damn, I did have some of them. I don't know where they at though, but I did have some.
Yeah.
Yeah. But check game now. Okay, now. Did you ever let make a nigga think he was going to do it?
Ms. Green.
That he was going to penetrate me?
Yeah, did you ever make a dude think that?
Hello?
Yeah, did you ever make a dude think that? Huh? Hello? 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 I lost this call. Let me get this call right back. Hold on. Let me get him right back. Okay. One smile one day say when you getting head, they got your mind, body, and soul unless they ain't doing it right. Yep.
Hello?
Okay, yeah, I'm back. We lost your call. Okay, now, one smile one day said when you getting head, they got your mind, body, and soul unless they ain't doing it right. Okay, well, you got a couple women that done agreed with you now. As I was saying, so you got some sucker ass nigga.
It's not about him being a sucker.
It's not about him being a... Well,
men know how eating a woman pussy makes them feel.
Okay.
So if this man said like, I'm about to suck her pussy so she just can't take it, they gonna think one day she gonna stick this motherfucker, but not knowing I'm very in touch with my inner nigga.
Right. Okay, well, me personally, you gonna give me some head first, and then I'm gonna get some head first, and I'm gonna get some. No, I'm not gonna eat no pussy first. That's just not gonna happen. You're not gonna. No woman is gonna play me like that. Because if a chick try to play
it's
me,
not no. It's not about because I never let nobody go into a situation thinking, oh, if you eat my pussy, I'm gonna let you fuck me. No, I'm not fucking you. So a nigga think, well, let me eat it. Okay, well, go ahead, because that's what you want to do. That still don't mean you about to fuck me.
Deuces. I'm throwing up the deuces and walking
That's
off the
you.
door.
That's you. Come on now. We already know you and how you are. But everybody ain't you. Just like everybody ain't me. Please believe it's some bitches out here just sucking dick for recreation.
Okay. Somebody said they think Young Buck was set up. I believe Young Buck was set up too. I believe you 100%. I think he was set up. They set him up. They set Young Buck up. Okay. So wow. Okay. You know what? I fucks with you because you my nigga. I fucks with you because you be on your shit. You don't let these niggas.
Know that.
You don't let these niggas get over. I fucks with you, man. I fucks with you. I really fucks with you. But however, some nigga gonna tame your ass one day.
And you know what? I ain't gonna even be mad.
So you're gonna accept the man taming you when it's time to be tamed.
Let me tell you something. If a nigga can control me, I ain't gonna even say control.
Mm-hmm.
If I can meet a nigga that can handle me,
mm-hmm.
I'm all his. I ain't gonna even put up a fight.
Okay. Well, hey. Well, at least you being honest with the shit. At least you're being honest.
You know that. I run into straight up. So I think I intimidate a lot of men. Not bragging, it's just fact. Like I said, I'm very in touch with my hair nigga. I can tell a nigga his play before he put that bitch down.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to call you right back. Somebody else calling in. And somebody said they like you. Finally, a real woman calling in. I'm going to call you right back. All right. Hello.
Call from.
H still here.
What's up, my brother? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Peace, man. You know what I mean? I love your show, man. I like what you're doing here. But let me say one thing right quick.
Say it, brother.
Ms. Green.
Hey, I'm gonna say like this, man. We since we on this topic on this gay shit and all that with the men and all that, man. It's fucked up. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm tired of the women always running around here talking about, oh, men gotta have money and you gotta pay for this. We gotta realize as a race of black people, we the only motherfucking people who talk like this. You meet other women from other ethnicities, you never hear them say shit like this. Like, oh, well, he eat the pussy and I'm not fucking him and all this. Who gives a fuck? On some real shit, we sound like idiots. And we really got to come out of this shit where we think it's cool to talk like that. Because, I got daughters.
Right.
And, they're growing up by example. We got the media. We got all this online internet bullshit with the fights. And it's setting examples of what women are supposed to be as black women, and it's really looking bad because I could talk to a Middle Eastern woman, I talk to a Asian woman, I talk to a white woman, or any other ethnicity. The last thing you'll ever hear them say is, a motherfucker got to have money to fuck with me. You should already be established as a woman yourself. Don't put no price tag on your pussy, and don't set no man up to be no underling under you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we putting ourselves in a bad situation with this, and we wonder why so much shit is going on in our communities with the respect level. As a race, we fucked up. We done. Because, the shit just sounds like a goddamn whole bunch of retardation. We don't realize the way other people are looking at us right now with this shit. You know, I deal with a lot of women, even at my job, and the first thing they say is, "Oh, a motherfucker got to have money to fuck with me," and this and that. But then you ask them, "Do you have that type of man around you?" No. You ask them about what kind of relationship they just got out of. They fucking with some nigga that's sitting in the house playing PlayStation. They done fucked with some nigga that's getting off of dope. Some nigga who just got out of jail. But then the first thing they want to tell you is a motherfucker got to have money and this and that. Let me tell you something, man. That shit is a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit. And people that are from other ethnicities right now are looking at us like we are fucking idiots. Idiots. And for our women to be talking like that, it's a fucking travesty. You know, and I'm not trying to put our black sisters down because I've been through a lot with y'all black sisters. I love y'all, but it's time for that shit to stop coming out your mouth. If you want a man that's gonna pay you, stop saying it. Because the first thing a motherfucker hear, let me tell you, when I'm getting money, I hear a chick tell me I gotta have money to fuck with you. I'm not fucking with you.
Facts.
Why would I want that? Because first of all, if you a black woman and you talking about money, I know that more than likely you probably got a motherfucker that, first of all, is probably a drug dealer. This nigga could be a stick-up kid. He could be a killer. If I'm fucking with you and the first thing out your mouth is money, what can I expect you to do to me in the long run? You're going to probably scheme me out of my money. You're probably going to put this nigga onto a good stick-up. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's all kind of bullshit that's coming out of these women's mouths that's fucking up our race. I'm not saying, and with that gay shit, you got to. I'm not saying that's just cool, but when you a nigga that's getting money, you don't know what the fuck this nigga done been through. How many chicks has he been through that talk like that? How many chicks come from the strip club, this, that, and the third? That nigga fucked up in the head. Of course he gonna end up fucked up. You know, I'm not saying that's just right, but we putting this shit on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Right. How many motherfucking celebrities or niggas that's getting real money that's not married? That's for a reason. Facts. You know what I'm saying? You can find more motherfuckers that's other ethnicities who got 9 to 5s, who got families, wives, and all that already established. And the niggas who's getting money that's supposed to be celebrities and all this, they can't even find a good woman because half of our women are talking this bullshit, and it's really getting ridiculous. And I got kids that are females. I'm trying to raise them not to be living by that example. It's hard, you know what I'm saying? Because the first thing they hear from these older women that they look up to, and they gotta have money and don't fuck with them if you ain't got no money. No, you're supposed to let them know, get established, be a boss yourself. You understand? Don't take care of no nigga. Get with a nigga who's on the same level as you. I'm tired of this shit with these women always talking this dumb ass shit. You understand? I'm on the verge of getting some real paper, but I'm not gonna. I already cut my shit. Like, look, I don't want no more black women in my life if it's coming down to this.
No,
I'm good.
I love my black women. But yo,
I love them. Listen. I spent the last 10 years saying, "Yo, black women are goddesses. Black women is all it's about." I walk down the street, and the first thing I say is, "If they're not black, I don't want them." But what am I gonna get myself? I'm from the hood, okay? So if I'm putting myself in a bad position, first of all, because if I get a black chick, what I got to deal with? I got to deal first. I got to meet her nephews, her cousins, her brothers. Half the time you're getting intimidated because the first thing a chick say is, "Yeah, you know, I got brothers and cousins, and they don't go for no bullshit."
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Ladies and gentlemen, the young lady was on the phone. Her name is Tink Gutter, and there she is. She's in here right now. The woman everybody said that y'all loved her, said that she was real. There she go right now. Tink Gutter is in the motherfucking house. Go ahead, my brother, because I'm loving what you're saying. And so are the people, everybody, especially these females. I can hear panties dropping because these females is getting wet over here and getting moist, especially one by the name of what's her name? Let me scroll back up because she really into you right now. What's her name? The real one always. I can hear her panties all the way over in that goddamn thing. My ears is getting drenched and shit. You know, I was having a.
And real talk. I feel for the women that understand where I'm coming from because they get caught up. They get pushed to the side based on what these other chicks are saying.
Right.
The chicks that shaking, that's not for every chick. Every woman that's shaking her ass don't feel like that. Every woman that's in the strip club, every woman that might even be selling her ass, don't necessarily feel like that. But it's just so many of them that are talking that shit that it just washes out the people who are just trying to survive. The ones who really want a man who's going to help them build that foundation, who's going to be able to, help them build that type of joint where it could be 50-50 and they could raise their kids correctly and do the right thing. I want property. I know women that want property. They want businesses. I know women, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's too much, man. It's too much. And we coming up on, you got Trump as the president.
Right.
And let me say one thing about this Trump shit. Everybody always on this Trump shit.
Man, fuck
Why
Trump.
y'all worried about Trump?
We're not talking about Trump over here. We don't like that orange-faced motherfucker.
Yeah, but on some real shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, all this gay shit is coming from the lack of us being able to respect our women. Money has come in the way of a lot of shit right now, man. We gotta kind of rebuild that, man. Right. Because we come from a time where we used to spoil our women. In the 90s, when niggas was making money, we always took our women out to eat. We always did that shit. The women who was getting treated well never spoke like that. You remember that?
Well, but hold on. We talking about from the 90s women, when we were coming up, all the way down to these independent women. Let me break it down. And this is what happened, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm not defending these women. I'm not bashing them. Right? This got something to do with white America, and I'm gonna break it down and tell it to you the way that I see it and how it truly is. Okay.
Right.
When a lot of black men, they have no education, right? So a lot of them, what they do, they go to selling dope. They catch a dope case, or they catch some type of felony record, right? So now you can't get a job. Can't get a job. So guess what? They know that these men can't get the jobs, but the ladies went to school. Ladies got education, right? So what white America said, we're going to give the women the jobs. We're going to give them the better paying jobs. Hold on 1 second. I got to take this call, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on 1 minute. Don't go nowhere. Hold on. I'm going to finish my story. Hold on. Yeah, we back. Okay. Now, as I was saying, right? So what they do, they give the women got the education. The women, they're gonna give them they're gonna give them the jobs. So they're giving the women the jobs, right? So like, remember back when gas was like $4-5 a fucking gallon, right? And this was in Detroit about 8 years ago. What did you see women? You saw all the women driving big ass trucks, right? And they suckered the women into buying them big ass trucks. You don't need a man, right? So this is the I don't need a man generation, because a lot of the women, they've been trying to wipe us out, the black men, out for so long. And this is real shit. This is not no race shit. So this is some real shit. Just look into this shit and you'll see it yourself. Okay.
No crazy.
So the black man, when he come home from jail, I don't need a nigga for shit. I don't need a nigga for nothing. You only hear a black woman say that. Like you said, you never hear no woman of no other race or no other nationality say that. Only black women. I don't need a man for shit. And guess what?
Right.
Then they turn around and they force feed this homosexual shit down the black men's throat and the black young teens' throat. Okay, you get these young rappers wearing pink braids and pink barrettes in their hair and wearing skinny goddamn jeans. Or you get motherfuckers like, they give the motherfuckers, and I'm not gay bashing nobody, like Tyler Perry, and they give Lee Daniels two black men, big powerhouse men who are gay, give them on the Fox network, the biggest racist network in America, and you give Lee Daniels the big spot of putting two shows, Star and Empire, which both are gay, has some gay shit involved in them. Okay, you got the Lions boy who gay, and then in Stars you got the Tranny over there in the Stars episode, and then you got the other motherfucker over there that do hair that's gay and man dressed like a woman. So now there's confusion of young black boys. Am I supposed to act like this? Or am I supposed to act like a man? So this is where it come from, brother. So no, these women are just brainwashed. A lot of them are brainwashed, and like I said, I don't want to make this a racial shit or racial thing because it's not race baiting. It's just the fucking truth. You never hear. You know what? I was talking to a white woman the other day, right? And white women and black women. You need to watch these white hoes because these white hoes are stealing your men from you, right? Now the white woman told me, she was like, "Oh, we love black men because we understand y'all. The black woman don't understand y'all." And I'm like, huh? What the fuck you mean, that y'all? You understand me, but my black sister don't understand me, right? And it's like, well, yeah. We do understand y'all. We know the pain and the hurt y'all been through. We know how you come home and we make you feel like a man. We know how not to say shit to make you mad. We know you having a bad day. We don't nitpick, but black women nitpick. And so the white chick was, I didn't want to say it to her face, but goddamn it, she right. But I would never fuck a white chick. And the white chick says, okay, what the white chick say? Our men are cowards. We don't fuck with them. A lot of us don't fuck with them, right? And she said she's like, a couple of her friends are married to white men, but they fuck black men on the side, and they keep that shit. She said the most racist white bitch that you see in the KKK or skinhead is fucking a black nigga or suck the black dude's dick. And this came out of a white chick's mouth. And she said she got to put that front on in front of her Aryan Brotherhood or the brothers with the sheets on their head. But she's sucking a black man dick, and she says she knows several of them. So, but you black women, y'all need to think about this shit, goddammit. But, brother, look, I would love to have you on the show again, you know what I'm saying, and call in. But right now, I got to get ready to end this, so I'm going to say a couple more things, and then I'm going to bounce. And I thank you for calling in, my brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Great show, man.
Man, thank you, family.
313-1.
Now, before we cut this, right, I got to get one more person on. And I'm done. Now, this person that I'm going to call, this is a real trill motherfucker right here. You know, this motherfucker can be trill. And a little too trill for your ass, right? A little too motherfucking trill for you. But that's what I like. I like that shit. I love it when they trill. See if we can get another trill person on the phone.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
Oh, can I ask you, first, are you busy? Can you take a call real quick, or you
yeah, I could take it.
Okay. Now let me explain something to you real quick before
okay.
you talking. You're on my show, the 313 Live show. You're live right now. So okay, I don't I want you to put your foot in your mouth and say something, because I'm gonna ask you some questions, right? I want to ask you a question. So
and when you ask, please come correct.
Okay. Now let me ask this question for you, right? Ask this question to you.
Okay.
What would you do if your man came in and said, "Hey, I just got done getting my dick sucked by a tranny"? What would you do?
He would have to go.
Why would he have to
He
go?
would have to, because you're gay.
You're gay?
If you let another man put his dick in your mouth or vice versa or however that shit goes, you gay. Flat out, ain't no coming back from that. If you I even think that niggas that do the threesomes, two men and a woman, they gay. It's no way I could lay in the bed with a naked woman. That's not happening. So you gay.
Okay. Now let me ask you another question. You're married. 5 years down the line, your husband comes and you say, "Hey, baby, I just wanted to let you know I done had my dick sucked by a tranny before." What would you do?
Uh, be at the lawyer's office the next day filing for divorce papers, and then going to the doctor to make sure my shit is tight. Make sure ain't no
Woo!
diseases or nothing, cause no. Mm-mm.
Okay. Now, what do you think about the women who said that they would not leave? They would give their man the opportunity and a chance. They wouldn't just leave. What do you have to say about that?
Don't take it to no offense, but y'all crazy as hell because now you gambling with your life. You playing Russian roulette with your pussy because if you fuck the nigga once, probably 9 times out of 10 you're gonna fuck him again, and probably fucking them throughout the whole 5 years of your marriage. So no, we're not doing that.
Okay,
You got to go.
you're getting a lot of love on my board. Lots and lots of love over here. Okay.
But I wanted to touch base with what the young man said. Whoever he is, I just think I done fell in love. You hit it right on the head. People in relationships, people need to they don't. It's something with the dynamics. I was reading the comments was saying that black women are trying to take over the role of a man.
True.
And that's not
I'm just talking. I'm talking
hold on.
shit.
It's true to a certain extent. When you get to back in the day, we all fucked with dope dealers. We was known as the sack chasers. We were fucked for chain, and I'm just being real. Turkish links, nano goats, Gucci boots, Gucci purses, whatever the fuck you want to say. But when you get to a certain point in your life, and you need to understand, you said something about the role of a woman and a man. A woman wants to be tamed. A woman wants a man to come in and play his role. But the problem is it's a lot of fuck niggas out here. You could be 50 years old and still be a motherfucking fuck boy. Being over 21 don't make you grown. It's about your mentality. So you have a lot of fuck niggas that come in and they don't know they wrong. So then here you have a woman, she got to be the man. She got to wear the pants of the motherfucking relationship. Because if she don't, y'all, both of y'all asses gonna be asked the fuck out. Straight the fuck up.
Wow.
So you can't come. You can't stay at home all day and when a man come home from work, have his dinner ready, clothes pressed and all this shit. We gotta get out here and get it for our goddamn self. And support our men.
Wow.
So
I was having a fucked up day since yesterday. And it rolled all the way over into this morning. And y'all motherfuckers just made me feel a little bit more better today just by talking to you motherfuckers. I think this shit is therapeutic because I feel
and that's why you do it. That's exactly that's why you do it.
I think
It
I
ain't for the
do.
money. You do it. Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you. I know you. So that's what you do.
Yeah, I think because it is. It just made me feel that much better within the first 30 minutes of the show because I wasn't really into it, but after the first 30 minutes. And then I started bringing y'all on and talking to y'all guys. Just made every goddamn problem that was on my mind just go out the goddamn window. But I know after I get off, that shit gonna come right back. But I'm gonna enjoy
No, no, no. You what? No, you don't let it come back.
Don't
You
let it
you
come back.
control that.
Control
You
that.
control that.
I'm gonna
You
control it.
control
I'm
that.
gonna control it.
See,
I'm gonna
you the
control it.
man.
That's
You're
right.
the
I'm the
man. So you
man. I'm gonna
control your
control it.
shit.
Goddamn right. Now let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
Your man. You seen the Young Buck video, right? You saw that shit, right?
I seen it.
Now just say this was your man, you say your man came in, you hear Young Buck walk in and see him walk in and walk up to the tranny talking, and he say, "Taste this dick," right? Then you go back in your mind and say, "Wait a minute, that nigga done that shit to me before." Would you still have a little doubt in your mind that may not have been Young Buck?
Here's the thing with the whole Young Buck thing. I watched the video. I seen the whole thing. Now I consider myself as having a spidey sense when it comes to shit like that. I did not know that she was a he until she turned around.
Fuck that. Until he
And
turned around.
I,
So okay, he turned
right
around.
until I saw the Facebook. We talked about this before. It's people that have actually gone and had the surgery, and men now actually have fucking full fledged vaginas. The only thing they don't have ovaries, they can't reproduce. But they have vaginas. Their penis is gone and they got pussies. They don't have dicks no more. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. And the highest, why do you think all the motherfuckers are getting killed on Woodward? You just think that was a random act. It's niggas going up getting motherfucking prostitution is one of the what I want to call it, a job, because it is a job that probably brings in billions of dollars a year. To calculate the shit is, I just seen a motherfucker driving the goddamn Bentley not too long ago picking up a bitch. He driving a Bentley and picking up a bitch out the corner. But anyway, you got all these tranny pressing because that's how they make their money. They sell themselves. But niggas was rolling up on them thinking they picking up a bitch. They come to find out it's a nigga. So you got the niggas getting popped up there at Woodward. That's why. Because they actually thought that these motherfuckers is niggas walking around here looking like straight up women. You can't tell. And when they to get naked, these motherfuckers got vaginas. They done prostituted enough to go to Atlanta, go to California, go to LA to get the surgery. And a vagina.
Wow. You know what? We're gonna pick this show up a little bit later on after the Pump It or Dump It episode, ladies and gentlemen, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about this. I gotta roll. I gotta roll real quick. And is it?
You know, but let me say this to the guy who called. Please don't give up on your black sisters, because we need our kids. And the reason why people are going to other, now he talked about the whole money thing, and the women talking about, I don't know what type of women he done ran up with, because usually black women, we think in our sleep, we always 2 steps ahead. But I don't know what we're thinking about. But the other day we was going to lunch. A black guy was with an Asian woman, and then it was another couple. A black man was with a black woman. You are, and let me say not all, but the majority of black men get into these mixed relationships. Y'all treat them so much better than y'all do y'all black women. This black man that was with an Asian woman, he opened up the door for her. He let her walk in front of him. This black nigga, and I don't know what the fuck he is. This motherfucker, he opens up the door, he goes in, and the black woman had to kiss foot before he in the fucking face. What type of shit is that?
Yikes.
So you go ahead on. I gotta go too. Gotta go back to work. So
okay.
All right. Talk to you later.
Thank you, boss.
Boss man.
All right now. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, this shit is deep. Shit is deep. In the words of Bushwick Bill, this shit is real. This shit is real. But listen, y'all, it's been fun. I gotta bounce, y'all, and I will see you guys later on. Peace and love. And if y'all get Young Buck, get that nigga my information. Or if you get Cook Up, get that nigga my information. I would love to have one or the other on my motherfucking show, or possibly both of them. And that's how it go. Peace and love, everybody. I'm out of here.